Hi everybody,
Alright.
and welcome back to our channel. You guys, we're excited. We're going to make this video really short. This is my husband, for those of you who don't know. I am Mrs. S, Mrs. Sanders, and this is my husband, Mr. Sanders, and we are back just to give you guys a little snippet on our TTC journey and where we are and what we're experiencing, what we think so thus far after taking Clomid for the third time, third round, my 100 milligrams of Clomid, milligrams for 5 days, protocol 3 through 7, and just give you guys a little rundown, a little history about that, and then talk about how the OPKs, today being my first day of our OPKs, right, baby?
Right.
OPKs, and talk about what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and let my husband jump in here, and we're going to talk about. You want me to go first? Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just real quick, I'm just going to hit all the pointers, and then we're going to, okay. So for the, excuse me, today was the first day. If you watched my first two videos of today, the only two videos I posted today, other than this one, where today was my first day of my OPKs. For those of you who are new to OPK, don't know what that is, new to the TTC journey world, that simply means we're trying to conceive a baby. TTC meaning we're trying to conceive. OPK meaning ovulation predictor kits. That's what we're using to help pinpoint when I'm ovulating. And we're going to give some pointers tonight on different things that we have learned in our TTC journey that will be helpful to you guys. Never mind, there are some gnats and bugs and flies and stuff flying around. You guys may see. Yeah, we had the door in and open in and out all day today. So they're here, pests getting on our nerves, y'all. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, I talk fast, so I'm trying to talk a little bit better so that you guys will be able to understand me. I articulate my words fastly because that's just my normal nature, but I'm gonna try to slow it down a little bit without making this video too long and being too long-winded where my husband can't say anything. So anyway, so I was started TTCing with my husband now for this time to get pregnant. We've now been doing it with Clomid, fertility, which is a fertility drug, also known as Clomid citrate. We've been using that for 3 months, and we have been trying a couple of months prior to go ahead and starting Clomid. We did it for a couple of months, so technically we've been well, no, it was 1 month. We only tried for 1 month, so technically we only tried 1 month by ourselves, and then our doctor didn't waste any time listening to us and giving us the Clomid. Yes, thank God. So get you a provider first and foremost. If you're going to TTC journey and you're serious about it, get you a provider who will listen to you and really care about your journey that you're trying to achieve and the journey you're on. Not somebody who, don't get wrong, you want an A1 doctor that knows what they're talking about. You know, don't give you anything and all of that. But you want someone that listens to you, who understands what you're going through and what you're trying to do, and really have you and your partner's best interest in heart and listening to what you want as a patient or patients. Okay, so thank God we have that relationship with our doctors that we have, and the doctor that prescribed the Clomid or Clomid citrate to us is one that I've known since I was a little bitty girl, and he lives over an hour away from us. But the trip, when you say was worth it, it was worth it because he's good. Okay, so we're not on the protocol. Let me say this too. We're not on the protocol where we're going in getting the follicles checked and all of that. So we won't be blocking that unless we decide to go and have that done. So we haven't had my follicles checked or anything like that. We're not doing that right now at this point. Some specialists or OB doctors will have you to come in to do that. That wasn't a requirement for us. We had a choice to opt in or opt out to do that, and we chose not to do that right now simply because it's saving us coins, because we're self-paying. We're not using insurance because currently right now we don't have insurance. We had insurance and we don't have insurance anymore, so we're self-paying out of our pockets. So therefore it's saving us money. So we're just praying and fasting and believing in God that those follicles, those eggs are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I don't want to be too winded. Am I finished, or I do keep talking about the OPKs?
I mean, to let everybody know what's happening. So.
Okay, so real quick, you guys. So I started OPK in today. So for those of you who don't know, who are new to that, OPK stands for Ovulation Predictor Kicks. I've been using chippies from Dollar Tree. I love them. I like them. I know many of you probably going to comment down below and say that I can go online on Amazon and get a whole bunch of them for a low price. I know that, but I don't like the way they're made. I don't like them. I don't like those little strips. I've used them before. I don't like them. I like the ones that I'm using. But thank you so much in advance for suggesting to me. But I do like what I use. So then I also like to use. I wasn't crazy about Clear Blue at first, but now I've fallen in love with Clear Blue because I know it's more high tech of detecting the hormones in your body. So I use the chippies first, and then I switch over. Once I start getting a positive OPK, I will switch over to the expensive OPKs as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing later on. So today was my first day of my OPK after this round of Clomid. And so my husband and I have been both charting, and we've been TTCing, y'all. We was already TTCing. And so, yeah, so far the experience has been really, really good. I am still having some side effects a little bit from the Clomid, or the Clomid citrate, if you will. I've been slightly having headaches. I have headaches kind of, like in the morning when I first wake up, and then they disappear. And then sometimes later on, before I go to bed, they'll come back a little bit. And also yesterday, being my 5th day of my Clomid pill, I noticed that I started cramping a little bit. So I know that's coming from Clomid, and I know that's also indicating that the medicine is working in my system in the area that it needs to be, and that is in my, might be too much information, but this is a TT journey. In my womanly area, I was aching today on my left side, so that's a good sign. And it was slight dull aching, like electrical circuits or something, like something's going on in there in my uterine area as well. So I know that's a positive sign. There's nothing alarming or bad or painful or anything. So I had that earlier, and I've still been bothered with a little bit of hot flashes and just a little bit here and there, but nothing bad. All mild, all coming from the Clomid or Clomid citrate, all to be expected, all welcome by me, of course, because it lets me know that it's working. Now I'm gonna say this, and my husband's gonna jump in. I'm on it for the 3rd time, and as I stated over and over again in each one of the videos that we've been sharing with you guys, that I've learned through research and being on the medication myself from experience. I will tell you this: I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but I'm a real person that have experienced the experience of what it does to your body. Now, everybody is different, but if you look around, most women can testify that we all pretty much have about the same symptoms, if you have any, from this medication. So, so it's not a big deviation difference when it comes to the side effects. Okay, so so the side effects are gonna be a little, in my opinion, a little rough in the beginning, because it's new to your body, and just like anything else, you're changing the protocol, you're changing the cycle, you're changing the way your body operates. Normally, even if you have a regular cycle, you still alternating how your body progresses its cycle phases from one to another, because we go through three different phases in our cycle. So, and each one is getting alternated, it's getting simulated, it's changing, it's sending different signals to your body, and when you take the medicine, your body is getting different signals, it's communicating, and so your brain is turning one thing on, turning something else on, and making more of this and making less of this. It's a communication taking place, just like car parts, as my husband calls it, just like car parts. Everything is communicating with each other, and everything has to be systematically in order. And so Clomid rearranges it to another protocol, and so sometimes that can take a while. And I didn't understand it, because I've taken Clomid a long time ago, before my husband and I got married. I took it for 1 month, and I gave up because I didn't understand it. I didn't research, I didn't dig deep into it like I've done now to understand the chain reaction that has to take place. So when you see people, I found, saying that, hey, I got pregnant the first month, well, they pretty much probably had a good system working going on anyway, and then or they probably was gonna get pregnant anyway, and chances are they just took the pill right around that same time. I don't know, but I know that if you see where a lot of other people are in the boat like you and I, saying that, hey, it took this amount of time, and I got pregnant my 2nd time, my 3rd time, or my 4th time, or however long they've been trying, you will see that that's because it took a chain reaction to take place. It took a while for your body to get used to that protocol, that system. That new system is not the same. You have a new thing going on.
Plus, everybody's body's different.
Yeah, everybody's body is different. So what may work fast for you may not work fast for others, or what may fast for others, I mean, vice versa. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So, like I was saying earlier in a lot of the other videos, honey, I was telling the audience that, well, audience, our family, friends, y'all know what y'all are. I was trying to tell that our followers that I'm very sensitive to anything that I put into my body. And my husband will tell you the first time, he knew that I was pregnant the first time I was pregnant when we first got married. And I knew about 2 weeks after he did, I started feeling different. I just know my body. And so I came to him and I told him that I was pregnant. And he was like, but I didn't tell him. I asked him, did he think I was pregnant? He said it was a possibility. And so he already knew. But I knew something was different about my body. And, I was having cramps and stuff at that time. So I knew that something was different. And lo and behold, I was right. So it wasn't tuition. But if you want to say intuition, it was intuition plus knowledge of God, spirit. God just talked to me and told me. So I have a real sensitive immune system or system. I'm in tune with my body, so I know when something is different, when something's off, when something's new, when something's working, when it's not. I just feel it, and everybody's different. But if you're in tune into your body, you will know. Oh, yes. So you want to jump in there because I do have more to say, but I can wait.
Well, I mean, basically, my thoughts was on earlier today. We took the first test. Wasn't expecting to see, any progressions in any lines, but
even though it was a negative,
right? It was a negative, but
tell them why. Tell them why, because I know why from the past. Why
from past couple of months, it would be nothing there.
The
no
first
lines,
couple of days.
First couple of days after taking the.
Well, then it would be a line there. It would be only the control line.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even get a faint line,
right.
Even though that's the negative true enough. But I wouldn't even get nothing. It would just be one solid line, one dark line, and that's the control line.
And when she showed me in the morning, I'm like, oh,
you do have something there. That's different. Even though it's negative, but it shows that the protocol, basically the medicine, is doing its job. This is our 3rd month of me taking it straight. Consistently, even though I was ovulating. Let me tell y'all this. I was ovulating. My husband and the doctor can vouch for this. I was ovulating prior to 3 months ago, but I just wasn't getting pregnant. So we decided that we wanted to go. The reason why we decided to go get Clomid is because we wanted to enhance our ovulation. I knew I was ovulating because I was getting positive tests. And how I knew I was getting positive tests is because at first I wasn't getting anything on the test. I was just getting a straight one line. That's the control line. And then over the days, it started to progress. And then bam, I got a positive. And then, of course, I was having my progesterone levels checked too. And so I knew that I had good progesterone levels. I went and got checked. So I knew I was ovulating on my own. But however, I wasn't getting pregnant. So I went to my husband and he and I talked. And I said, well, I'm thinking about taking the fertility drug Clomid again and sticking with it this time and see if it's really going to help us. And the reason is because I knew that it would stimulate my eggs to mature my follicles, mature my eggs. I knew it would give us a better chance of having more than one baby. And I knew that it would really help superb my ovulation and enhance everything, even though I was ovulating and everything. So, like I was saying in my couple of my other videos, we learned that Clomid is not just, or fertility drugs aren't just for people who aren't ovulating. It's a stimulant drug, so you can stimulate your ovulation that you already are having if you're a TTC. And just FYI, if you're thinking about, getting pregnant, you can still use the fertility drugs. Talk to your OB, talk to your specialist, go see them about that. If you're trying on your own and you're ovulating, but you're still not getting pregnant, you might want to consider using some for fertility enhancements to help, superb your ovulation. Right. So, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, so, it was like a great surprise this morning. I was like, oh, yeah. And even though, like I say, even though we know it was a negative, but we see a negative moving in a great positive way. So we're going to see the progression as it goes on.
Yeah. So I feel in my heart, sweetheart, and you all, that it's a possibility. I could be wrong. But let me tell you guys something. I found in my research, too, that I want to share with you guys. You can go and Google this. Because I don't have a direct link to it. You can Google, if you're on Clomid or Clomid citrate, this is for people who are taking Clomid or Clomid citrate, something that I found in my research that I used. I was following the protocol the doctor put us on, And I took the protocol 3 through 7 this cycle as well as last cycle. And so you can Google when you should ovulate, how many days past your last pill should you ovulate. So that's what I've been following, and it's been like clockwork. I've been ovulating around the time that it tells me. So when I Googled it, I was supposed to ovulate 5 to 10 or 10 to 16 or 17 days past my last Clomid pill, which was accurate. Then I stumbled across a calculator, a Clomid ovulation calculator. You can Google it, Clomid ovulation calculator, if you're taking Clomid or Clomid citrate. And you'll put in the date of when you took your first pill, not your last pill, your first pill, and then it'll calculate everything for you. It's going to calculate when you should start testing. It's going to calculate when you should start baby dancing. But I'm going to tell y'all this FYI. You can start baby dancing early if you want to. You can start doing it every day. It's not going to hurt anything. Most specialists or doctors will tell you more than likely to do it every other day for different reasons. But I'm here to tell you, if you really want to have a baby, we suggesting, because it's not going to hurt anything. Sex is healthy for you. So therefore, just start baby dancing every day. You know what I'm saying? At least once a day if you can. And so, yeah. Do it as many times as you can. But if you can't get in but one, keep some sperm in your fallopian tube waiting. And I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. And my husband is going to explain with me exactly why we're going to stress to you guys in this video to keep you some sperm in your fallopian tubes. I'm going to tell you why. So basically, it will tell you when to start baby dancing. But like I said, you can go ahead and start baby dancing the day after your cycle goes off. You can go ahead and start baby dancing after you start taking your last fertility pill. It's up to you. And then, so anyway, it's going to calculate when you should do those two things. And it's going to tell you when you should have your ovulation. And so it's going to break it down to you. And then you can compare that to what your body is doing and see how accurate it is for you. I found that it told me precisely what I was already knowing. It lined up with everything that I was already had, coming, everything that I already been following. In other words, my predictor, Clomid predictor, told me that at the end of this week, that my husband and I should start baby dancing, which we've already started doing. It gave us the precise date on when to start testing, which I've already started doing that too. So I'm 2 days ahead of what it told me. I'm 2 days ahead of baby dancing, what it told me to do. But everything it told me was right precisely to what we should be doing and what we have been doing pretty much. And then it tells me also when I should start seeing progression lines and when I should ovulate and what days are my 2 fertile days. Now, when I calculate what I've already been doing, the protocol that I've been following for the last couple of months and paying attention to my body, it was right on point. So I'm just telling you guys this so you can go and use that. Thing again, it's called Clomid ovulation predictor. It's made for people who are using Clomid because you have your regular ovulation predictors, but that's not the one I'm talking about. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, so it's just an app, right?
Well, no, it's not. Well, I don't know if you can download it or not. I didn't download it. I just used it right then and there. When I was Googling what else I was looking for and it popped up, I used it and then I went on. I wrote down the information. When it gave it to me, I wrote it in my journal and then I didn't download the app or anything. So I'm just telling them what to put in to go make it pop up, basically. And so I wanted you to elaborate on why it's important for people to go ahead and start baby dancing and keeping some sperm in the fallopian tubes.
Well, for one thing, sperm live for so many days.
Correct.
And, you really want to keep that up because, you know what I'm saying, because the egg drop, you still have sperm in there to fertilize the egg.
Waiting for the egg or eggs.
Give or take. Depending, some of them might have a lot of them now.
Yeah. You might have one or more eggs that drops, but so you want to keep sperm in there. Yeah. So my husband is right. We've learned that a lot of times when people OPK, they looking for a positive line to pop up, and a lot of times because everybody's body's different, and sometimes your protocol of when you're gonna ovulate can change too, just like your cycle does, and that can happen whether you on fertility drugs or you just naturally trying. Right. You want to be mindful that if you're OPKing, if you're tracking your ovulation, keep baby dancing prior to seeing a positive OPK. And the reason for that is because some people, they're ovulating on their own. They're ovulating when they're taking fertility drugs, and they keep missing their fertile time because they're waiting to start baby dancing when they see the positive OPK, and they have already ovulated. Then you have some people who ovulate right when you're getting the positive OPKs, and then you have some people who ovulate right after they get the positive OPK. So that's why it's important to just keep baby dancing either every other day or every day, so you can catch that window, because you know it only happens for a short period of time, once per month. And once that window opens, you have a short period of time, because the egg is only going to live for so long. So it's important to have you some sperm when you say already waiting inside of your body in your fallopian tube, just waiting on that egg to drop. That's all you need, and you only need one. And then after that, then you know everything come together, and yay, we all happy because we got some babies, okay? But then you have some, like I said, some women, they ovulate right at that time when they get that positive OPK. So, you know, that's good too. You already baby dancing, so the egg pops out and the sperm ready to go and do what they got to do. Okay, and then if you are the one that falls into the last category, that ovulates, is you about to ovulate in the next 24 hours or the next 48 hours or the next couple of days, you get that positive, you keep baby dancing. Don't stop. My suggestion to you, can I tell them?
Give it